LeBron, he got plenty of attention on IG yesterday. He posted this picture of himself from high school with Jay-Z lyrics reading, quote, "I'm supposed to be #1 on everybody's list. We'll see what happens when I no longer exist." This just a week after LeBron told reporters he doesn't know what his basketball future looks like. Shannon, what is LeBron saying here?
Honestly, Skip, I didn't really know anything about this till Ash pulled my coattail on it this morning, and I went and looked it up. The lyric, "I'm supposed to be #1 on everybody's list. Well, we'll see what happens when I no longer exist." I don't think it has anything to do with LeBron retiring, because I don't think he's retiring this year.
I don't
either. There's a narrative out there that I do keep seeing, that why does LeBron have to keep reminding everybody of his greatness? None of the other greats, Michael Jordan and this one and that one, never did that. But I'm going to disagree. Lionel Messi took a picture with an actual GOAT for an Adidas ad, reminding, when it comes to this football, I am the GOAT. Michael Jordan had a 10-part documentary called The Last Dance. Jordan literally supervised every clip. He was the executive producer. Nothing made that documentary without Michael Jordan's blessing. And it only got greenlit after LeBron James came from 3-1 down in 2016. Bill Walton told the story at the 50th anniversary script, the 50 greatest players of all time. In 1996, it was 96 season, 97, the All-Star game happened. He said Wilt Chamberlain and Michael Jordan was sitting at a table arguing who was the GOAT. So this notion that only LeBron James have ever done anything to remind people of his greatness is just not true. When you create a narrative that you say LeBron is like this and nobody else, and when somebody else can dispel it, but he still did it. He shouldn't have to do it. But I'm telling you, Michael Jordan did it. I'm telling you, Tom Brady did it. I'm telling you, Lionel Messi did it. So I'm just trying to figure. So what's the deal? If that's the angle that he's going, Skip. Now, like I said, I don't believe LeBron is retiring this year. Now, we do know eventually it's going to happen. AD said he doesn't know if he's going to make it to the 2024 Olympics. Well, that's next summer, Skip. Last I checked, that's next summer. But nah, Skip. I'm just trying to figure out, why do people try to create this narrative that only LeBron? A lot of what LeBron is doing, where do you think he got it from? To build a brand, to do this shoe thing, to do all this stuff. Where do you think he got it from?
Okay. From Jordan.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, I got it.
The thing was, what drove Jordan? He got cut from his high school basketball team. That was the beginning of the fire. The pilot light was lit, and they just throw log after log, and it burned until he retired.
And for that matter, he was deeply offended forever and ever, because he was only the 3rd pick in the draft.
Right.
Like, what are you seeing? What are you thinking? You know, you swung and missed on those two.
Right.
Although
not Elijah.
I don't think Elijah. Although, again, if you had to do it over, would Houston take Jordan? Sure, they would.
But I think the thing
But
is,
it wasn't a swing and miss.
But you know, back then, Skip, you always took a big over a little.
Well, that's why Portland took that guy, right?
Boy,
and he
broke down.
Foot problems. Okay. I'm seeing this differently than you are, as usual, when it comes to LeBron. But this is a little bit of an overreaction to me, to the point that I thought, has he had a sip or one too many sips of wine last night? Did he just finally say, I got to put this up? It feels like he's reacting to comments because he's got too much time on his hands, because he's sitting around having to watch this, and it's tearing him apart to watch this, because he knows, especially last night, he knew. I told you this 3 weeks ago. You could see it coming. It's going to be Jimmy Butler or bust with the Miami Heat. They're going to get to the finals. What happened in the bubble? In 6 games, LeBron and AD vanquished this same team. They were a little different then, and Bam busted his shoulder, and Dragic got hurt before game 1. But still, it was kind of the guts of the same team. I know Tuck was there, but the point was, LeBron knows that if they could have just gotten past Denver, that they could beat these guys.
Yeah.
Because Denver's sitting there right now saying, we can beat these guys, and they're prohibitive favorites.
Absolutely.
Help me out. Would LeBron and the Lakers have been favored over Jimmy and the Heat?
Yes.
You better believe they would. So it's gnawing at him. It's eating at him. Like, God. He just became the all-time leading scorer.
Right.
He is still the face of this league because he passed Kareem on February 7th. And then all of a sudden, his team thanks to Rob Pelinka at the trade deadline, took off. And they took off and raced right by, as you know, Memphis and Golden State. And we can look back and say, well, they were troubled teams. Yeah, but the Lakers just kicked their tails, both of them.
Yeah.
And then here comes Denver. And we had 4 straight games. That's why I just picked the Heat. 4 straight times the Lakers had them. They had shots. They had shots to close 4 straight deals.
Yeah.
And it wasn't all this guy's fault, but he wasn't very good in those 4 straight fourth quarters. He shot 7 of 23 combined over the 4 fourth quarters. He's better than that. He was 1 of 10 from 3 in all 4 fourth quarters. He's better than that. He missed that 3 that he pulled up on Jamal with 45 seconds left of game one at Denver. And it just felt like, well, let's just say he makes it. I think they win the game.
Right.
And if they win game 1, I like their chances of winning the series. Game 2 at Denver, it still could be 1-1 going back home. And with 26 seconds left, he not only intercepts, plays free safety, and does Ed Reed and picks off Jamal's ill-advised cross-court pass. He goes up and under. Aaron Gordon bothered him a little bit, and he just left the up and under layup a little short. That's going to cut it to 2 with 26 seconds left. Game 3, back at L.A., they had their chances. They're up, 1 point with whatever
13.
it was. Yeah, with 7 minutes left. And then game 4, they've got their chances all the way down the stretch, and LeBron's got 2 chances. And I like the last one where he just I didn't like the play call on the inbounds pass, but he has 2 late chances and doesn't get the ball up to the rim because Jamal Murray makes he made an all-time great defensive play. He jumped the route. He went to LeBron's. He jumped clear across the path to LeBron's ball side and just stymies him, just puts both hands on the ball, and he couldn't even get it up. And then Aaron Gordon gets a block, which was the cheapest block ever. My point is, again and again and again, your Los Angeles Lakers were in position to win these games. If you get a bounce or a break, or if the other 2 stars come up small in the fourth quarter because one or the other kept getting you, and sometimes both of them got you in the fourth quarter. They made all the big and little plays down the stretch to get them home in all 4 games. My point is, that's eating him alive. So to me, he's getting a lot of negativity. He always gets negativity.
Yeah.
There's love and there's hate. There's love and there's hate. It's really split on him. He rubs some people the wrong way.
But you got to be really good to get hate. When you do.
All right, I got it. But it's just weird. He's very polarizing. The point is, it feels like he's reading his comments to a fault, because if you let him get in your psyche, they'll just eat you alive.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? And it feels like this post is intended for all those haters out there, because you know what he's saying? You're going to miss me when I'm gone. Isn't that what he's saying?
Yes.
You're going to miss me. And guess what? I'll agree with that. I don't think he needs to post that because I think it's obvious. And do I think I hope he's going to have some kind of cleanup surgery in the next couple of weeks here. It's about time. You better do it sooner than later. And if he does, he's going to come back as strong as ever. And I think he'll have the greatest, what year are we up to now? 21st year, right?
Yeah.
He'll have the greatest 39-year-old season because he is still highly capable.
You know what, Skip? You said something very interesting about comments, and I heard T.I. said something, and I don't know if he is him quote or he read it. He said, if you live for the applause, you'll die by the booze. And I think a lot of times we love the applause and adulation, but we don't love the applause and adulation as much as the booze cut or the negativity hurts.
That's what you remember.
So because I'm sure of the people that have said things that what I saw is that people were begging for, like LeBron is begging to be called the GOAT, and like MJ, Messi, Brady would never do something like that. When I just gave you documentaries and Messi took a picture with a GOAT, and people consider Messi the GOAT, even though Skip, he had never won a World Cup. He just won the World Cup this year when he beat France in the title game. But Skip, you know what it's like anything. The more you have, the more you want. The more praise you have, the more you want it. The more money you have, the more people try to get more of it, cars or whatever it is. It's just that, I don't know, that's just the way we are. Some people can never have what some do, is that's enough. And so all the praise that LeBron's getting, and granted, right now he shouldn't be getting any praise for what? You're not playing. I don't get, Skip, I'm not going to Skip, if I'm at this one restaurant eating, I'm not going to tell you how great the other restaurant over there, I'm not eating there.
No.
There'll be a time and a place we can talk about this, but right now I'm here. I'm enjoying this meal. Right now, it's time for the general public, the general basketball fan base to enjoy the Heat and the Nuggets.
Yep.
LeBron shouldn't be talking about Steph Curry, KD. No one else should be talking. What are we talking about you guys for?
Good point.
So for me, like I said, Skip, I didn't know anything about it yesterday. I got my own issues I got going on that I need to worry about, and I wasn't worried about LeBron and what he tweeted. So Ash sent me a thing of it, and I'm listening to it like, okay. And then this is what I came up with.
All right. So this is just me. I've told you from the start, I don't read my comments, my ats, my mentions, because maybe I'm weak-minded. Maybe I can't take it.
Some of it starting to seep in, Skip. It will.
When I used to do it in early Twitter back in 2009, 10, I used to read them like crazy, like religiously.
Right.
And then I'd find 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm still thinking about that one tweet about my hair. Well, what? Okay, so I had a bad hair day.
Yeah.
Well, does that mean I should quit?
Yeah.
No.
And Skip, I get it. You know, with the club, it's like, man, you ought to have this person. Well, you don't have any white people on. You racist, you this or that. If you start you a podcast, and then you can have whatever guest you want to have on it.
All right. To me, I don't need the acclaim. I'm just fine without that. But I definitely don't need the negativity because it doesn't get me anywhere.
Right.
It's not constructive criticism. It's just pure, it's really pure evil in a lot of cases, but it's pure hate for sure.
Right.
Okay, so what's the point? Why, him?
Yeah.
You're stooping to let those things seep into your psyche that don't need to seep in.
Right.
But you're right. You just don't even need to say that. When you're gone, this league is going to dearly miss you.
Of course.
Because, hey, what do I always say? Every night that he plays a basketball game, something happens. His force field is the most powerful I've ever closely observed. Where you know and I know, every night there are like 5 subplots.
Yes.
And what happened after game 4? Well, he created a subplot. He suggested he's going to consider retirement.
Contemplating retirement.
Okay. Was he trying to take shine away from the Nuggets? No, he's not. He's hurt. It's crushing him. He knows he came up a little small by his standards in those 4 fourth quarters.
Right.
They had their chances. They blew it. He knows this was a shot, a late career shot to win a 5th ring against Jimmy and company. He could see it coming, and it's tearing him up right now. Just let it go, let it be, let it lay.
One of the most difficult things that a man can look in the mirror and face is his own mortality.
Oh, man.
LeBron James knows it's coming to a close.
Well, absolutely.
He knows he's not. How many more opportunities? Skip, I'm in the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah,
Think about what you got to go first round, you got to go second round, third round, Western Conference Finals, then the next round, you're in the final. How many more opportunities? I'm about to be in year 21.
That's the point. I don't know. Because you had a golden opportunity.
He knows that.
Okay. But he has stiff-armed Father Time in ways nobody ever has.
He has.
Nobody.
But he knows he's coming back.
Yep.
It's like the bill collector. Tell him I ain't home. Okay. She say she ain't home. My grandma told my aunt to tell the bill collector she wasn't home.
Yep.
Mama said she ain't home. Well, Mama was in the house. Okay. But Skip, yes, but you know what? Father Time is unrelenting. That SOB ain't gonna stop until he gets his guy.
No, and maybe it's wearing on him to think, man, can I dredge it up for a whole nother run next year after all we pulled off?
To go to do what these guys, to do what the Bradys have done for 23 years, to do what LeBron has done for 20-plus seasons. To be at that level, Skip, because it's not good enough. Brady's didn't get compared to the Mahomes and to these younger quarterbacks. He got compared to Brady in year 10, in year 15. And when he couldn't do that, they're like, oh, he done. That's what LeBron is compared to. He's not compared to Jason Tatum. He's not compared to these other guys. Skip, they just remember a guy that went to 8 straight finals, that won 4 MVPs in a 5-year span.
Agreed.
And when you can't do that, they said, and so now that Skip, that messes with your mind. You're like, well, hold on, damn. Man, I'm playing my tail off. But I'm not 28 anymore.
No. And you'll never be.
You'll never be that.
Nope.
Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Subscribe here to get the very latest from Skip and Shannon. Plus, go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.